Hi, welcome. We had such an amazing conversation with our good friend Laura Bethmann.
Yeah, Laura, someone we've known for years through the art club, is not only extremely talented, she's one of the pure hearts of the world.
Yeah, she does nature printing, watercolors, illustrations. She's such a phenomenal artist, and she really helps keep Art Club running. And she's also, like I said earlier, such a great friend, and we were so thankful to have her on the podcast.
Yeah, and did I mention why? She dropped some wisdom and all kinds of cool stuff.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun.
Laura, we love you, and we love this episode. So, Don, will you please introduce our friend?
Laura Bethmann! Hi, Sam.
Hey, Don. What's up? Right on cue. I am so pooped. I've been, we're full swing at summer camp,
Okay.
which we were just talking about at length. But just for you listeners, we are in summer camp. Game shows, pools, prizes, just fun and madness nonstop. So, it's a good summer so far.
Nice.
How about you, man?
Just working, planning.
You know, the other day we spoke and you mentioned to me that you have someone that you consider an extremely good friend of yours and that you would like to bring her onto this show.
I did say that. And we did bring her, and she's here.
It's happening.
It's Laura Bethmann, everybody.
Woo!
Laura Bethmann.
Let's see if I get it right. There it is. There it is.
There she is.
There it is.
Nice. Hi, Laura.
Hi.
Welcome to the clubhouse.
I love the clubhouse. Thank you. It's just so exciting to be here in the clubhouse.
I interviewed you on the Pillars of Hamilton. Do you have any memory of when that was?
A long time ago.
It was a long time ago, right? Are we talking pre-COVID?
It could be.
I
I was a
think-
lot younger then.
Weren't we all?
Think that you were you interviewed pre-Art Club?
No.
No, because I met you all through
So
the art
then
club.
it can't be post-COVID.
I didn't know you existed until our club.
Yeah,
oh, that's
but,
He
right.
actually
so it had to be
didn't.
after. It
but
has to be after
Sam
Art
Sam
Club.
didn't know I existed before Art Club either.
No, I actually
Yeah.
didn't exist.
I didn't exist. Yeah.
Yeah, we none of us existed
Yeah.
before Art Club, and now we
It's all-
exist.
It's all about perspective, I suppose.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, Laura is a huge part of the art club. I would say she's one of the hearts of the art club. Would you agree to that statement?
Laura is the backbone of the art club, the thing on which all responsibility rests.
She's the one that, there's people who are in your face. I don't know these people, but they're in your face. I'm talking about myself. But, then you got the people who are really doing the work, doing the important stuff in the background, not looking for any accolades or cheers from the audience. They're just doing the hard work and making things happen. Laura's that person who makes things happen.
Well, I don't know. This is a lot of padding to what I actually do.
And she's very humble.
She is very humble.
Mm-hmm.
She is very humble, and I give her a hard time for being so humble. But,
Yeah, you should, man.
I'm not here to eulogize you. Let's talk about things. So,
Okay.
Do you like art?
Yes,
It's all right.
It's pretty good.
yeah.
It's good.
So let's look at that Wayback Machine a little bit, because you're a book published author of nature printing books.
Yeah.
You do the watercolor stuff.
Yeah.
And what can't you do? What other stuff? You do these tiny little illustrations, which I adore. But yeah, how did you get your start your start doing art stuff?
I don't know. We're just born with this. It just happens.
Were you creating?
Yeah.
As a.
Oh yeah, I remember. I mean, even as a little kid, coloring was the best thing in the world you could do, and then drawing and then sitting in fourth grade or sixth grade, under your desk having your sketch pad just drawing and not listening to the teacher.
I'm so curious because I'm used to interviewing guys who are making superheroes and stuff when they were kids. What was Laura making when she was a kid? What was she sketching?
I don't know. Friends, people. I really don't remember. I don't have any drawings from then, but I do remember drawing people.
Would you gift it to them, or it was for your own personal little collection?
Oh my gosh, no! I was just too introverted to even show anybody anything. Yeah.
You never showed anybody?
Not when I was a kid.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
This is me being so extroverted compared to when I was a kid.
On the microphone. And this is not your first rodeo. Now you're experienced.
I never would have been sitting here, a few decades ago. Yeah. It's like,
really?
Oh yeah, forget it.
Would you have not want to, or you just would have been too shy?
No, I would have had to speak, so that wouldn't have happened. I would have had to answer questions.
Ugh.
Did you have any family who were into the arts, or did that just come from needing to express yourself?
Well, it depends what you call arts. I mean, my one grandmother was a brilliant seamstress and lace maker. My mom was in vaudeville. She was a dancer and singer and performer. And I don't know too many other. I don't know that there are any other. My dad did like to do, woodworking and stuff. So he liked doing crafty things with his hands and stuff. Does that count?
It's like, I think this is the first year that I heard about that whole vaudeville performer background. Like, what?
Oh yeah, I remember telling you I have a whole lot of really cool photos of her and my aunt as the Texas darlings. They were from Manhattan, but I guess Texas was exotic in the 1930s.
Well, that's what I was telling you about I think it was my grandmother's cousin or aunt, like something like that. They were part of the Sherlock sisters. It was it Mabel and but it was the same kind of thing. They were vaudeville singer performers and dancers, I think, too. And I can find like little blurbs that show that where they were performing and stuff, and I have one playbill with a picture of them, but not anything over that. So I am very excited to see some of these pictures, that if you can share them with me at some point.
Oh yeah. We'll do that. Yeah, I have some, well, not really playbills, but some like newspaper advertisements and like press releases and sort of things like that.
That's cool.
And yeah.
When you were creating art, were you inspired by anything? Did you have an artist that you looked up to, or were you just doodling?
Yeah, I never thought of. I just did it. I mean, I never thought of it as. I didn't have any outside inspiration that I can.
What about as you were growing up, though? Since you were so into it, were you eventually like,
in high school, I really, knew a lot more, could find out a lot more. Used to get the bus into New York a lot, go to museums and galleries and.
With your family, or was this something you did on your own? Just by yourself?
No, this was with a friend or a few friends.
And you were just some teenagers going to art museums.
Yeah. This was how we
cool.
This is how we partied. Partied hard.
Yeah.
And so when you were doing that,
so radical.
Who were? Oh wow! And so when you were doing that, who were the artists that you were like, okay, I'm really digging this? If you can recall.
Oh yeah. Well, there's all the, I don't know, impressionists, post-impressionists, abstraction. Klaus Oldenburg was kind of a revelation, but a little later on, I got really inspired and learned a lot more about other artists like Cezanne and there were so many. I can't even pick out my favorites. One really big inspiration was a contemporary, she was older than me, but she was alive as opposed to all the dead artists. And it was Carolyn Brady who did these gigantic watercolor paintings, and I would go up to her gallery in New York and just eye them, and they let me go in the back rooms, and they weren't even ones that weren't even framed yet, and they would just pull out these giant 6-foot pieces of watercolor paper and all these beautiful paintings she did. And that really...
How did you get access to the back?
I just asked if I could see more of her paintings, and they said, just go here. And
they were probably pretty excited to have someone so young and, enthusiastic.
Yeah, I didn't look like I was going to, damage anything, I guess.
And then you raged.
Yeah.
I'm going to go tell my kids out there to be quiet because they will get closer and louder. I'll be right back.
All right. Cool.
Okay.
Yeah, we'll keep going though. You also talked a lot when I first met you about Alice Neal.
Oh yeah, really, she was quite an inspiration. Her story and her artwork was just so uniquely her, And my one daughter got really interested in her work too.
Well, what about her story and I guess work did you connect with?
Well, I don't know. It was really interesting reading about her life, which was, had a lot of tragedy in her life, and but living when she lived in Harlem, and she just painted people on the street, and she just wouldn't take any. She didn't do portraits or anything because she said you have to paint people the way when you take a commission, you have to paint them the way they want to see themselves. Mm-hmm. And she just wanted to paint the way she did. Mm-hmm. And that was a big, that was a good lesson learned for, paint what you want to paint and paint for the painting.
Mm. So what moved you, I guess, more towards seeking a more professional life in the arts?
When did I do that, Don?
Yeah, I was going to say, you do know you're a professional, right, Laura? Did no one tell Laura she's a professional, Don?
Yeah, we should probably, I don't know, I'll send you a note. I'll send you an email.
Let's make it official.
But like you teach classes, you have made some income as a professional artist.
Yeah, yeah.
So...
Yeah. I'm famously not famous at all.
Well, this podcast is going to change that.
Yeah. This is where it turns around.
Yeah. We're big in Sweden.
I can imagine. I think that, I don't know, when I was younger, which I just don't believe that this would have made a big difference to me. But, I never got a degree. I went to a lot of schools, and I was really good at just quitting stuff. I was very good at that. And when I did the first thing I did that I consider professional. I mean, I did some little art shows and lots of little art shows, but I submitted an article about nature printing to a magazine, and they printed it, and I did artwork for the cover. And then I did a couple more magazines, and I got a call from I can't remember her name now. This is so long ago. But she had a herb business in Pennsylvania, and she wanted me to come and teach a class. Asked if I would teach a class to her at her business. She had this big barn, and she grew all this wonderful stuff. So I did, and she told me I should. She told me the name of her publisher and said, you should, send them a proposal because you should do a book about this. And there certainly weren't very many books about nature printing. So I did that. It took me 6 months to get up the nerve to just send this off. And I kept changing it and adding it. And, I put in this big box full of all this original artwork, and which you're not supposed to do, to send off,
Because they'll
know
just
if you're-
steal it?
You never,
or-
you don't know if you'll ever get it back. You don't know what's going to happen to it. But I didn't know that at the time. I just sent stuff. And so, yeah, they wanted to publish the book. And that made me feel a lot more, okay, I achieved this.
Yeah.
You know, I've been,
Yeah.
you know, when any kind of recognition like that makes you feel,
Validated.
yeah, that's a good word. And since I didn't have any degrees, you know, I never finished any of these schools I went to. Even art school, didn't finish art school.
Mm-hmm.
And
That's crazy.
I just get so, you know,
What else?
this isn't.
What other
this
things
isn't
were you
working for me.
studying?
This isn't working for me.
What else were you studying that you quit?
Well, it was just different schools, but it was always art. Except they were different. There were different colleges. Except Pennsylvania Academy of Fine Art was the one art school I went to, and I was excited about that. But I just did 1 year.
Was it them? Was it you? Was it the peers? Why'd you quit?
It just, I wasn't inspired there anymore.
Huh.
So I left.
Huh.
You know, I don't know what it is about, you know, feeling like I have to do things my way because, you know, you really have to cooperate with other people sometimes. And some people are not hard to cooperate with.
Who, Don?
Well,
This guy? Don, if you can't cooperate with Don, you're not my friend. This guy.
I never thought I'd be doing anything like this with Art Club. And I'll tell you that Art Club kind of saved me
What?
when that came along.
Do you know this?
Yeah. Yeah, things were not good. And for a couple of reasons that, you know, I'm not going to go into, but it was a tough time. And
Oh, wow.
and it really helped me to find these people who were like-minded, and you had this great vision, which, you know, look where we are now. How imagine that. And
On top of the world.
on top of the world is right. And it made a real difference.
Yeah.
How long, if you don't mind me asking, I'm not asking you to elaborate, but like how long was the tough time and then before Art Club came around?
Few years.
Okay, so it was a long thing. And
Yeah.
then once the Art Club started rolling and you had this group of like-minded individuals, like it really helped you, huh?
Yeah. I mean, other things helped too.
You just moved to
along the
town
way, but-
just before that, right?
No, 2017 we moved here.
2017.
Yeah.
Don, did you have any idea it made that impact?
What?
Did you have any idea it made that kind of impact on Laura?
No.
Well, art saves. We
Yeah.
all know art saves, but a cooperative kind of art is even better. Is really good.
I just want to say, before you get your piece in done, I have to put you over, man, because he doesn't take a step back. He's just always moving forward with the next project. But, man, if he took a step back from what he's done with you to what he's done during COVID. No, Don, you take this. You take this on the chin.
No, because like all the swag bags that I make Laura stuff. Look,
See how important I am to Art Club.
no, like, you know, like, I mean, it goes both ways. Like, I was floundering like before, like I met everybody at that first Art Club meeting. Like I was an out of work scenic designer and not sure I wanted to do that ever again, or, you know, and like it was just like a conversation at a coffee shop. Wouldn't it be cool? And like the rest of Art Club became that. And like I've made some amazing friends along the way. Like true, like friends, you know, the people that I confide in and I, you know, talk to about the things that I am unsure of, like, you know, people I'm really open with. And I've even in all my time in like other careers, never experienced anything like this. Maybe one or two people, but know people that I've become this close to, like not just them but their families and stuff too. So it's like this whole. That's why I feel really uncomfortable talking like about me taking a step back, and like I say this often when it comes up, because it does make me really uncomfortable, because like this is a gift everybody's given me, like this is the coolest thing that I've ever done. These are the coolest people I've ever worked with. So it's, I haven't done anything. I'm the lucky guy.
Wow.
Wait a minute. What's this step back? You mean?
No, I meant take a step back and look at what he has done.
Oh, I see.
Because it's very special.
Yeah. Yep.
I mean, very special. I mean, I could go on.
Mm-hmm.
I could make just a list of what has happened from point A to point B, and none of it happens without Don. And it's not just. It's not just his talent. It's also his drive and his wanting to make Hamilton better. A lot of people are out for themselves, or out for, I don't know, out for themselves. And Don isn't. Don is out for the greater good of Hamilton, and for you and for me and for all the people around him. And he just does it because that's him. That's why he doesn't want to. He's not looking for clout. He's not looking for what I'm doing right now. He's not looking for that. But I mean,
most uncomfortable I felt in the room.
But so okay, to get you back into your comfort.
Yeah, but we know this because that's why we're still here.
For sure.
Yeah.
If it weren't,
Yeah.
100%.
Yep.
What at
I've
what
let go
point?
of a lot of people that, were only out for themselves, or just didn't have any heart, weren't using their heart in what they were doing. And,
Yeah, those are the kinds of people they'll
thank
make
you.
you lose faith in in humanity or whatever, and like then someone like, or even both of you guys come around, you're like, okay, there are really good people out there who are out there to bring their skills for the greater good. And I think that's fantastic. I'm always hoping for something like that. I'm always, whether it be a podcast or a show or whatever, and so many times I've been let down, and I've come to realize, like, oh, this person isn't really out there for the best show or to put on a good performance for the people. They're out there to have eyes on them and make themselves built up to look like a superstar in front of people. And here's just this group of people who use their talents because they want a better, more beautiful town, world. It's freaking awesome, man.
It's great. Like Laura.
No, I was just listening, Laura. You want me to keep going, Don?
No, I thought you were telling me to shush.
No, I would never.
Put a finger to your mouth.
I would
Why
never.
is he telling me to shush? This is a podcast.
Did I do that? We need. Can we get the playback? Can we
we're
watch
not
the video?
recording it.
Oh, right.
Let's listen to it. Let's see if we can
Yeah.
put your finger to that.
I thought he thought that you were going to throw that bottle at him.
No, I get that a lot.
Yeah.
No, but Laura shows up for everything. Like I call her. I probably talk to her more than I talk to some family members. Like and she's always picks up the phone. I'm always like, "Is this a bad time?" She's like, "No."
With a heavy sigh.
Fine.
No, I see in the photo. It's done. Oh, good. I can't wait to talk to you.
Oh, dang.
Nice. But yeah, Laura shows up for everything. She's at the chalk drawing event. She's helps hang all the gallery shows. She's there when I can't be there.
Sometimes.
She's,
Sometimes.
She keeps the
saint.
motor working.
So it started off at a coffee shop with just a conversation. At what point did you two realize that, like, oh, all right, cool, this is actually something?
Well, I don't know where.
I knew Sue
Yeah.
also, and she's the one who told me, "Oh, come over. That we're having this,
Art club
bunch of
thing.
artists are getting
Yeah.
together."
And that's where I met Laura, was at Sue's place. That was right before
The
I
first
think
meeting.
I met you.
Oh, you met her. Okay, that was going to be one of my questions. Like, did you guys know each other beforehand?
No.
Or?
No.
But it felt really good,
Yeah.
and then there was the big shutdown. So
Yeah.
and then you took everything online. Brilliant.
Well, it seemed like the only thing that made sense is to bring, if we can't bring people to the art, we bring art to the people, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know when Art Club became like we should create an organization about that. I don't really remember when that conversation started. It had to have been, I don't know, maybe over a year that we were doing this stuff before it started to be like, well, maybe we can.
Well, it was gradual, but then with the Arts and Music Festival, we knew we knew we had something going here.
That really pushed things forward. Probably.
Yeah, it's a big
one.
festival. All started with you guys. For me, she's pointing. There's another finger. So shut up. So like,
this is my pointer finger.
Yeah, we used to see another finger. Yeah, thumbs up.
Yeah, so I definitely thought that the online thing was very cool because, oh my gosh, we were all stuck in our homes. That's one of my favorite things about you people is because I've tried to work with so many creative types over the years, and so many of them don't want to try things out of fear of failure. And you're like, hey, let's have a bunch of random artists come in so we can tell them about Art Club. Like, let's just do it. We did it.
Yeah.
Let's have a game show. Okay, let's do it. You guys just go for it.
Well, I mean, that's the nice thing about like being new and being fresh. It's like nobody expects anything from you, right? So it's like, well, if it doesn't work, then I don't know. Nobody's going to think about it in like 3 months or next week. So like, let's do the thing. Let's try stuff, and if it works, we'll do it again next year. And that's the kind of stuff that we've been rolling with.
Yeah, you're right. It's a really good thing to not have those expectations.
Yeah.
So if you get big enough, then it's like you have to live up to certain expectations. You have to make certain people happy, certain sponsors who expect things, possibly. We don't want to get too big, Don.
I've seen so many wrestlers, like wrestlers or just performers who won't do a show because I don't think there's going to be a lot of people watching. And you guys are all like,
well,
we did a game show once with like 12 people showed up. We had a good time.
Yeah.
We weren't like there was only 12 people. We were like, oh, that was fun.
Yeah.
I love that, man.
Yeah. Famous people start out like that.
Yeah.
John Oliver tells that story. There were 2 people in the audience or something. I forget how many. It was really.
Oh, really? What he was doing stand up and there was only 2 people? Oh, that's brutal.
And one of them got up and left.
Performing to one person?
Yeah.
I love that.
Yeah.
I did that with I did a production of The Mousetrap. This is back when I was like 17, 18 years old, and it was during a blizzard, and we had like 4 people show up, and I think 2 of them were related to the cast members.
Yeah.
And you just still do it. Like it's, I don't know. There's something cool about that. Like it doesn't matter who's watching because you believe enough in the material to keep pressing forward.
Yeah, and are you having fun? Like if you could have fun with 4 people, like hell yeah. There's a lot of people who can't have fun with hundreds of people watching. They need thousands, and you guys just have this good attitude about all of it. I love that, man. I love that. Laura, out of all the things in Art Club, which like we've been saying, there's a plethora, like what would you say you're most proud of? What do you enjoy most about the club? What have been your best memories? That was like a lot of questions in one.
Yeah,
but
that's a lot.
and I expect an answer to all of them.
Bullet pointed, please.
Well, of course, I love the exhibitions that we do. I mean, I love everything that Don comes up with. The festival is great. I'm exhausted when it's over. I'm getting too old for this, I keep saying. And
Laura, just so you guys know, Laura rocked this. She's the first face people see when they enter this festival. She's there. What do you put together? What do you call them? The grab bag? What is it called?
They're swag bags.
The swag bag. Yeah.
Well, Eileen, who's been volunteering, who's brilliant, Eileen Unger, she has really been helping out the past few years with these swag bags that have got me Like, I'm like telling Don for this. Do we really have to do this way?
I told her.
He
I told her
me,
that I was gonna give her we're gonna do 100 this year. And she's like 100.
What? That was like 500 things altogether.
Yeah,
That's a lot in those swag bags.
Yeah. So
Anyway.
like 50's better. We do 50.
Yeah.
She's giving the death look, ladies and gentlemen.
So like what I guess what kind of drives you creatively? You know, you've done these watercolor the invitations. So talk to us a little bit about that series.
Well, I'm not sure. Oh, I do remember how it started, but the invitations are mostly, well, they're mixed media, mostly watercolor, probably, but mixed media about heroes of mine, and they're invitations for them to come, and I make them a meal. It's in the painting. I have little things that represent them in the painting, some things that represent me. And, they're not going to come because they're all dead, but that way I also don't have to, actually invite them, which what would I really say to these people that, would just tongue tie me. But, Albrecht Dürer and Mary Oliver and George O'Keeffe, Marion Diamond, brilliant scientist. I mean, they're scientists, artists, authors, people who've done great things. Benjamin Franklin's in there. I have a big list of many that I haven't done yet, but I have about 13 invitations.
Could you describe perhaps the Ben Franklin one, since that's probably out of all the names you said the most well known? Like, what does that piece look like?
Well, Ben was just a polymath, a brilliant guy. In his time, he might have been one of the most brilliant guys. He did so many things. But he also did nature printing.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh.
He used nature prints when he printed colonial currency. And it was nature prints are kind of like fingerprints. You can't draw or etch them, so they're hard to counterfeit because they're actual prints from actual leaves.
That's cool.
So and he learned about them from a friend of his. Okay, I'm not going to remember his name right now, but who was doing. There were a lot of people making nature prints, which it came over here from Germany. There were lots of Germans over in Philadelphia then, and they would go over to John Bartram's place and get plants from him and go to town. So he made plaster casts.
Is it Joseph Brentnell?
Joseph Brentnell, yep.
A Philadelphia naturalist and a friend of Franklin's.
Yep.
Oh, you know so much, Sam.
I know. I just had to
Just
go to the
right
back
to the
files
top
of
your
my
head.
brain.
Yeah, very good.
ChatGPT. ChatGPT.
Yeah, I brought 2 notebooks, but I can't look up any of my notes because, I'm supposed to be talking when answering questions. Okay. When you're talking, I'll look up something.
So it has nature prints on there?
Yes, it has a painting of the Franklinia blossom, which is a tree that was named by John Bartram after Ben Franklinia. And they don't grow in the wild anymore, I don't think. They have to be cultivated.
Oh.
We had one, but it died. There's a meal I created. He loved cranberries and turkey, and there's potatoes and string beans, and he loved. I've never tried this recipe. I keep telling myself I have to make it. Parmesan cheese pie. It sounds awful.
Oh.
Sounds awful.
I mean,
That's why
I
have
like
to make it and try and see what happens.
Wait, like with sugar, like sweet, like a dessert?
I don't know if it's sweet or savory. I can't remember the recipe, but I did look it up. Anyway, that's not in the painting, but there's a turkey sitting in a tree, and there's lots of clouds, and there's lots of fall leaves and trees, and
that's so cool. How did this whole venture start with these? What do you call them? Invitations?
Yeah, they're invitations. They're paintings, but the painting is an invitation to the person. As if they could come and have this meal with me, or, come and sit on the porch and chat, whatever.
Yeah. I always tell Laura, first of all, when you go to Laura's studio, there is just art everywhere and layers of it. You just flip one to another. And I always tell her, I'm like, man, this could be a commercial success. Like, for my favorite people, like, I would love like an invitation art piece, like, based on some of my heroes. Like, I think it's really, like, there's a million Ben Franklin paintings out there, but something like that, I think it's so cool and different.
Yeah. Yeah, the Peninsula Gallery liked it, so I had a show there with the invitations.
Oh, no way.
In Delaware.
Cool. Which one's your favorite?
Well, whatever one I'm working on.
Sounds like an artist thing to say.
Ursula Le Guin is one of my favorites because I actually have my handprints on that one, and paints and paintbrushes and giant hibiscus flowers, and that's one of my favorites. Who was Ursula? I guess Ursula Le Guin. She's a science fiction. She's an author of all kinds of books, but she's most famous probably for her science fiction and fantasy.
Why
books.
did you put your handprints on there?
Because I could. It's my painting. I can do anything.
Whatever the hell you want, Sam.
My bad. You're right.
Are you into science fiction?
I can't say that I've read any of her science fiction. I've read other books of hers. She's also a poet, and she translates books. She translated Chinese religious texts, and I mean, she's just amazing.
I'm guessing none of the books behind you on my new bookshelf
nice.
are something that you would read. I'm so curious. Are you a big reader?
Not as much as I used to be, but I do love to read.
Yeah,
I mostly read nonfiction, though. Actually.
Oh, okay. Like biographies?
And, anything that's informative.
Yeah.
Not necessarily a biography, but yes, biographies because, and I've read a lot of biographies in the past, too. And that's how I got to learn about all these dead people.
Yeah, I love biographies.
That's one way, especially if they're not authors. You can't read their books, but you can read about them.
Yeah. And so out of all of the invitation pieces, which one would you think people would be drawn to most? Which one, if you were going to sell it, would it be the Ben Franklin one or?
I don't know. I mean, only one of them has sold, and that was Mary Oliver. And that was one of my favorites, too.
Have you thought, I don't know, like I know there's like the website Etsy and stuff. Like, have you ever thought about putting it out there? You have so much work.
Yeah.
You have so many beautiful pieces.
Yeah, you can come over and give me pep talks, and then I'll do it.
I will anytime. I've done it once before, and the one specifically that I thought they should be selling at what's it called, Hobby Lobby and places like that, where I don't know what you call this.
Hobby Lobby, come on.
I don't know. Who else sells art? I don't know. Spencer's Gifts.
Well, art.
I don't know.
Art galleries sell art.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I just feel like some of your work could just be such a commercial success. Like I don't know what you call them, and maybe you can describe it for the listeners, but the pieces that have
the humans,
the people on them with usually like a line on them. And sometimes there's some humor or some deepness to it.
I like those.
Yeah. What are those?
That started in COVID. So that started as a COVID project because there was nobody. So I made up some people to visit with.
Oh. I don't know if that's beautiful or sad.
No, it was fun. It was fun.
Yeah.
And I was in my studio all the time. I would go down there and Chris would say, are you submerging? I was like, you're going to be down there forever now.
Would you make
till 2:00 in the morning?
Would you only, since we were all alone, were you only making people you'd want to hang out with, or were you also making people you wouldn't want to hang out with? Was it a variety?
Oh yeah, they were just whatever came to mind. They were fun people. They were sad people. They were, devoted people, scary people.
Maybe this is a cliche.
Esther Froome, she was. She only speaks in questions. She was one of the unusual people.
That's what you wrote on the piece. I think I remember it. She
Yeah,
only
she
speaks
only
in questions.
Speaks in questions. She's
I
one of
remember
my
that.
favorites. Yeah, and I love Aunt Jane. I don't know who I based her on, although I realized not too long ago that my favorite aunt. I mean, I only had one aunt really that I saw a lot. Was Aunt Jo, and so it's the same letter. You know, so she doesn't look anything like Aunt Jo, but.
I feel like this is a pretty cliche question, but I'm going to ask it anyway. Like, because you have so many ideas and such a variety of pieces, like, where do you get your inspiration? If you can put that into words.
Right here, right now, anytime, right? I mean, you know, when you're making breakfast, when I first wake up, I love it when I have an idea as soon as I wake up. That's like a good way to start the day.
Do you try to have ideas or it just comes to you?
And I have my sketchbooks that I write in or draw in almost every day. I would say every day, but there are some days that I just don't have time to do that. But a lot of ideas just come out of your head while you're just having a pencil in your hand. And you never know what, you know, an artist is working all the time because you never, you know, everything is, it's all about paying attention and seeing what strikes you, you know. So, and I'm working on a new website, which has taken me, I don't know, decades, it feels like. I think I know how I want to change it, though, because I have my website designer working on it, and I'm not happy with how it is, and I think I know just how I want it to look this time. So, but anyway, all right, so I said that so that now I lost my train of thought. But working, even using my sketchbook helped me figure out how I want my new, you know, how I want my website to be redone. But
what are you making a website for?
I call it a sketchbook, but it's also a notebook because there's a lot of writing in there too. I'm sorry, what?
What's the website for? Is this to sell pieces, just to get?
It's just like a online portfolio.
Okay.
I you know, I don't know if I'll ever make it a store. I mean, I just can't picture me doing that, but you never know.
Yeah.
You never know.
Yeah.
I'm really an artist to make art, and
for love of the craft.
I'll never be, and I don't look for accolades or I have to sell. I have to make lots of money.
Does it feel good when?
Yeah, success to me is just making art that I think is decently acceptable, you know.
High bar right there. And so there's something I love in all your pieces, if you wouldn't mind speaking about. There's always, maybe not in all your pieces, but in many of them, you have something hidden inside of those. Can you talk about that a little bit?
Yeah. I like to have layers of stuff, and so that, you know, you don't just look at it once and say, oh, that's a nice flower, or oh, that's a box of candy, you know. So I like to have, you know, different layers of things to see, you know, if you just look for a little while.
Yeah, or you check it out like the second, third time, you're like, oh.
And the first painting I did that had moons in it, I did no plan to do moons. And that's where things just come up, right? Yeah, I was just painting, and it's hard to do this in watercolor because you can't, it's really hard to change anything, you know. But I started, somehow they just evolved in that painting. And then I kept doing them. And it's
the
a natural,
moons.
and it's a natural thing because I love the moon. Just going outside at night and looking at the moon is such a peaceful thing to do. And it makes you feel so small in this giant universe. So, you know, like not having a big importance is really a gift because you can let go of a lot of stuff and just find, you know, the central, you know, important sauce.
I get that so much because, like, in the chaos of the day, making lunches for the kids, all the stuff that I listed before, and I don't do it enough, but every time I do, I'm staring up at that sky, looking at the moon, at those stars. I'm like, oh, yeah, I'm totally insignificant in the universe.
Yeah.
Like, everything's going to be okay. Stop stressing yourself out so much. I might do it tonight.
Yeah. And life really is short, so it really brings that home too. Like, I think about death every day. That gets you moving. Yeah. Especially the closer you get to it.
Yeah. Trying to live forever over here. I'm taking my vitamins.
Oh gosh. I don't want to live forever. I'll live through the apocalypse.
Yeah. Oh,
that can happen
that wouldn't
without
be
me.
good. Yeah.
No, that wouldn't be good.
Yeah. Yeah.
There's a little bit of death in a lot of my paintings too, but it's not obvious.
Can you explain what you mean?
Not really.
Okay. Don, as someone who has the eye for art, like, what do you love about Laura's art? Like,
you're not being put on the spot there, Don.
Yeah, no, I know that you are a fan of her pieces. Like, what out there do you think is?
Well, I think, first of all, it just like I'll sit and I'll watch sometimes when like she's just sketching in a notebook, like I'll look over her shoulder and like she's just sketched everybody that was in the room and it's just how quickly she comes up with that, and it's like it perfectly captures like a moment in time, and I think I love those sketches in your sketchbook and those illustrations that you did most of all, because I don't know, I connect.
I know you love life drawing too, so you love connecting with
people and stuff. Yeah, and I think everything that you do, it like, okay, this overall, I think it's because you're a storyteller. Like everything that I've seen you put out, it has a story to it, and that I think that goes even for like things that you've done nature printing on too, like like chairs and stuff like that. Like it all feels like there's a story to it, and I think that's what I probably connect with the most. I'm also very, very jealous of how rich your watercolors look. Like I can't get anything that color saturated. But that's the one thing I'm very jealous about of it.
Oh my goodness! Just put more layers on your watercolor.
Just I'm gonna bleed right through the paper. But it's like I'm so afraid. So I live in fear of watercolors. But it's the storytelling, I think, that I really admire in your work.
Wow, this is very exciting. You're gonna have to help me with that a little bit, because maybe I should put this on my website. Because you're right, I do feel like I'm going through a story when I'm painting, and I'm telling myself this is this and this is about this, and I need connections with this and that, and that's making a story. It's all about
like hearing you talk
things.
about the invitations. Like it's this fantastical meeting of somebody you admire, and you're setting a place for them at the table, and you're finding things that you can connect with them about. Like, it's like I just met this person, I'm inviting them over for dinner, and what are we going to talk about? Like, well, this is all the stuff that we could have as part of the conversation. It's all right there.
And I do have them, because I have pictures of each person, each of the people after I finish their painting on my wall in my studio. So, and I feel like they're looking over me, watching over me,
That's so cool. Because you ended up quitting art school, and art is so subjective, like, do you see a value in getting an education in art?
I think if I ever had any teacher like you, life would have been a lot different.
Oh, wow.
And
that means a lot.
I learned a lot listening to your story on this podcast about you and your philosophies of teaching, and how you teach for the child and not for the curriculum. And I hated school. I hated school from kindergarten.
Really?
Yeah, I had bad experiences in school. And artist types are kind of sensitive anyway, right? So you're just a sponge, absorbing all of the bad stuff, all of the, And, there was corporal punishment when I went to school.
Really?
Oh, yeah.
Were you on the receiving end?
Yeah. We would get our hands hit with a ruler and
Oh.
all kinds of stuff. And you didn't have to do anything particularly bad. You just had to, not pay attention. And this didn't happen a lot. But, once is enough for me. I mean, I'm done with that teacher. I'm just going to fail all my grades.
Wow.
Because I'm not going to give her anything. So, this is how my mind works. I don't like you. You're
Cut
dead
off.
to me. Yeah.
If I was ever dead to Laura, I would
You
be
would have
dead
done
to myself.
Well, it's not so
something
much I don't
egregious.
like you. It's more like, you're not a nice person. So, yeah.
Was it everything? You just didn't like the kids, the teachers,
No,
everything?
there were some years I enjoyed. There were some teachers I really liked too. And one particular teacher who I really liked, and one day she insulted me in front of the whole class, and then she was dead to me after that.
She
Fifth
insulted
grade,
you.
5th grade, yeah.
What was her name?
Yeah, where does she live?
Yeah, I'm not naming names. But I will say my 6th grade teacher, Miss Brown, I loved her. And she never yelled at me for drawing in class and stuff. And she had to know because, in my autograph book, she wrote to the class cartoonist. So she had to know what I was doing over there.
And she let you be free.
Yeah.
I love that.
Yeah, school, depending on your, experience, can take away your weirdness. And you have to keep your individual weirdness. And it took me a long time to get it back.
Wow. I'm blown away by this. I didn't know. I love that you find such value in the weirdness. That's awesome.
And teachers like you.
So you think that first of all, I'm touched. That means a lot coming from you. And so you're saying that you do think there is a value. You just have to be with the right.
Oh, yeah. School is very valuable. Learning is wonderful. And it took me until I was out of school, which I did not graduate high school. I just quit.
You didn't graduate high school.
No, I quit. And then that September, I went to county college. And then I went to, took classes in Rutgers and went to Syracuse University and took classes there. And the Parsons in New York, I took classes in there, and I took classes all over the place. But yeah, that way I didn't have to quit. The classes will be over, then I can leave.
Yeah, you have to worry about 4 years.
Yeah, but yeah, I was done. And
now here you are. You're a teacher,
yeah.
right?
Oh yeah. I teach.
What do you teach?
Art classes, workshops, nature printing, watercolor. I've taught calligraphy. I've taught drawing, and we just have fun. Whatever anybody wants to do, whatever I can help them with.
Well, I remember something you said several years back because you brought up a really good point, and it really hit home. I can't remember exactly what we wanted to do, but it was something along the lines of rewarding a kid or a teenager or something who had the best piece or are making some kind of show where in the end we judge. And you let me know, no, we're not doing that because we're not judging people's creativity in their art.
Well, kids especially. Yeah, that's right. I remember that now. Yeah, because I don't like judging kids' art. I've never done it because I don't know. It just doesn't feel right.
Well, yeah, it makes sense. I mean, the kid who doesn't, quote unquote, win the competition might think that their artwork is lesser than.
Mm-hmm. And competition isn't a bad thing, but I think our society, if it was more cooperative and a little less competitive, it would be a much more, less.
I think even mostly with the arts, especially, right? Because it depends.
Well, the arts can bring people together. The arts do amazing things for entire communities, right, Don?
Yeah, that's what I hear.
Yes, they do. Yeah, I hear that.
Well, I also like to echo that sentiment. Like when you Yeah, that's why there's so many people out there who are like, "Oh, I can never do that. I can't draw," you know. And at some point, somebody said, "What's that supposed to be?" You know,
Yeah.
instead of like, "Tell me about this.
Yeah.
Tell me about this drawing that you did." It's like, "Oh yeah, I see that," you know, and like by sort of cutting down like a young person's creativity. And I think any person's creativity robs the world of that unique voice, because there's going to be things that their brain tells them, like, this is a cow, this is a cat, and it's going to be really interesting looking, and the world will never get to experience that. Like, even when you're drawing something that's photorealistic, it's not going to be the same photorealism as somebody else's photorealistic drawing, because it's always going to have a bit of what you put into it. So
Your heart and soul.
yeah, and like, it doesn't make any sense for people to say like, no, this is what a tree looks like, dummy. You know, like that doesn't feel good.
Suns aren't purple; they're yellow. You know.
Yeah.
And you tell a third grade kid that, and it's a big letdown.
It is.
Yeah.
And they don't understand what we're talking about right now at that age, that how subjective it is. It's either, oh, is it good? I can't tell you how many times I've heard a kid say, is it good? Do you like it? You know, and needing that validation.
Yeah, because it comes from them. When it comes from you, it is a person. It does feel very personal to be, whatever kind of comments you get about it.
Yeah, and I think
and art is so subjective. It's not something that's easily judged. I will say, for the full disclosure, I did judge a children's well, it wasn't a competition exactly. Well, I guess it was, because it was being judged. But there were lots of prizes, and every kid got prizes, even though there was a first, second, and third. Every kid got lots of prizes and T-shirts and everything. So I thought, and they kept it, and they said, "Please, will you do this?" So I kind of gave in, and I'm sorry, but I did judge that.
Was that recent?
Yeah.
Oh.
Did you get a T-shirt too?
I did.
Nice. Nice.
Everybody got a T-shirt.
That's really what's important.
Yeah, that participation prize right there.
But it was it was good. I really liked seeing all the kids' art.
Yeah.
Yeah. If you want me to look at kids' art again sometime.
Yeah.
Now I have to do it. I'm sorry. I have officially changed my policy. But everybody has to get prizes.
Okay.
Everybody has to get recognition just for showing up and doing it.
Look, at summer camp.
Thank you for your art. Thank you for creating that.
Yeah. At summer camp, I'm always looking for stuff, especially for the girls, because we have a lot of sports out there, a lot of competitions. And I'm always looking for stuff for not just the girls, but the guys there's plenty of boys out there who don't want to be playing sports. They want to be doing something else creative.
Yeah. And there's girls who want to play sports.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely. And I'm always looking for stuff like that. So if you ever throw out an idea, or now that my wheels are turning, I'll throw one out to you. But to give these kids at summer camp an opportunity to create something, show someone who's an established artist and get their feedback, get their T-shirt, whatever it is, Like, I think that would mean a lot to them. There's a lot of girls who, at my summer camp, the other ones are loud, they're screaming in the pool, and then the other ones are a little quiet, and they're doing their own thing. And I always make time, I'm always going to every single one of them, and I just think so many of these girls would love an experience like that, getting to talk to someone who has your portfolio, come and check out what they've made and get your feedback. I think that'd be awesome.
Oh yeah, I'd certainly be happy to encourage any kids who like to make art.
Let me tell you, if I put the word out in my morning meeting, just say, hey, by the way, my friend Laura's coming by, tell them who you are, and I'll say, hey, at 11 o'clock, we're going to be in here, and she's going to be here. You could create something and see what she has to say. I know people would jump all over that, so we'll talk.
Okay. I've committed myself.
We do that. That happens to us all the time.
Yeah, we'll see if this recorded this time. So if there was some advice that you gave to like artists that are either trying to find themselves or are kind of on that road to figuring out where they fit in, what kind of advice would you give them?
Well, first of all, we're our own worst critics. Every person who makes art, that person is their own worst critic. I mean, if they're not their own worst critic, they're probably not making good art. Because you have to really care about it to, if you really care about it. And I do believe in, I forget what this Japanese word is, but it means to put your heart and soul into your work. And art is something that is so easy to do that with. It's your own thing that you've made, and any kind of art. And, we're talking about visual art, but, whatever the art is that you do, and have purpose and structure. You can't just, it feels good, just putting, making marks on the paper, making, brushing paint on a, it feels really good. But if you want to, and the process is, I've always said the process is the most important thing. And I believe that for a long time. And the process is really important. But if you want your art to be meaningful to you, you have to have your own purpose and structure, and you paint for the painting, or you draw for the drawing, and see what it has to say back to you as you're doing it. And if you don't like something, just get another piece of paper or canvas, or make another one, or write a new song, or if something doesn't work out, don't badger it to death. I've learned that you waste a lot of time badgering something to death, and then it dies.
Yeah.
Anyway.
By the way, as someone who has won the game show Password, I'm wondering, is this your word? Cowardy?
No, it's more, I don't know how to pronounce it. It's MER. It starts with MER, but I'm sure that there's a lot of words that mean that. So that might be it. That might be one.
Okay.
It's in my notebook, but it'd take me a while to find what the page
All
it's
right,
written on.
we'll have to make a sequel.
Part 2.
Cool.
Wow, I didn't know I had so much advice. I guess, in your advanced years, you've come to, learn all these wise things.
You're very wise, Laura. Very wise. Anything else? Anything to look forward to in the future? Any plans?
Yeah, I have a show coming up next year that I have doing a whole new series for at the Princeton Arts Council, so I'm looking forward to that.
Do you already know what you're going to be creating for that?
It's called Plant Planet. And there's another nature printer who lives up in North Jersey, so we kind of are collaborating. And she's we're collaborating on having a dual show, but, she's doing her work, I'm doing my work. And it's going to be like a 2-person
Very
show.
cool.
And
that's going to be in 2026?
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. So I keep saying I have to start figuring out what I'm doing for that. I wrote a whole proposal, and they liked it, but I have to reread it, I guess. It's been a while. I think I'm putting up a few things in Cassiano for August. So that's what's all over my floor right now.
Very cool.
And I don't know. We do fun stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I want to end this by saying, Don, are we not lucky dudes to have Laura be part of this crew?
For sure.
Laura, you are wise, you are awesome, and just a genuine good person, and it's a little harder to come by than you would think, but it's
so
nice when
wise.
it does.
What would I do without
You are the owl of the art club.
Well,
filling my soul with praise. I appreciate it.
Right on.
All right, Laura, thank you so much.
Oh, Don and
I'm Sam.
Sam, that's Sam.
Some call me Mr. Sam.
well, No, I was going to say something to Don, but yes, Don and Sam.
No,
thank you so much.
tell
No.
them your piece.
What were you going to say, Laura?
Lilsey.
What were you going to say?
talking trash.
Something disparaging? No doubt.
Now I forget what it was. I will just text you later if I think.
All right, we'll post that in the show notes.
Yeah, no doubt. Laura, for someone who wouldn't have done this years ago, you rocked it. Thank you, Laura.
Thanks, Laura.
Thank
We did it again, Don.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. We'll see you next time.
Thanks for listening to Welcome to the Clubhouse, a production of Art Club Hamilton with your hosts Sam Seitels and Don Swenson.
If you like what you heard, hit that subscribe button, give us 5-star ratings, and share it with a friend who'd love to hear it too. It really helps us grow, and not only that, it makes us feel all warm and fuzzy
So
inside.
fuzzy. Until next time, keep creating, stay curious, and catch you on the next episode.